Stop. Before you lease your next vehicle, make sure you watch this video. I'm Bobby Preston, I'm the owner of the Preston Auto Group, and I'm going to tell you everything there is to know about car leasing. One of the biggest questions I get from customers every single day is, should I lease my next vehicle? Or what's the catch with leasing? Well, if you like to own a nicer, newer vehicle for a lower payment, car leasing is a great way to own a vehicle. The other thing is, if you like to get a new car every 2 to 3 years like I do, car leasing is a great way to own a vehicle. But how does leasing work? How is it calculated? Let's go over the basics of leasing. So first of all, we need to know how long you're leasing the vehicle. Whether that's 36 months, 39 months, 27 months, whatever the term of the lease is, will ultimately determine the lease end value or the residual value. So this lease end value, residual value, is predetermined at the beginning of the lease, and that's what you as the customer can buy the vehicle for at the end of the lease. The higher the residual value, the less of the vehicle that you're leasing, which makes the payment lower. The second factor we need to consider is how many miles a year do you need. The standard lease is 15,000 miles a year, but if you don't drive much, you can do a lease for 12,000 miles a year, 10,000 miles a year, and some banks even offer super low leases that are 7,500 or only 5,000 miles a year. On the other hand, you can also buy miles up front and lease for 18,000, 20,000, 25,000 miles a year. Now, the nice thing with leasing is that you don't have to do that per year. That's just what you're allotted over the course of the lease. So if it's a 3-year lease and you get 10,000 miles a year, that means you get 30,000 miles throughout the term of the lease. If you go over the lease, usually there's a mileage penalty of around 15 to 25 cents, depending on which bank it is, that you would have to pay at the end of the lease. However, oftentimes, we as a dealer, we want your vehicle as a used car, and oftentimes we'll buy your vehicle out to help you avoid that mileage penalty at the end of the lease. The last thing that you have to consider when leasing a vehicle is the money factor. Now, what is a money factor? It'll be a number like 0.00250 or 0.00300. And no, that's not 0.00250 of an interest. Basically, the money factor converts to the interest rate. So you convert the money factor, the interest rate, by multiplying by 2,400. So if you multiply 0.00250 by 2,400, you get an interest rate of 6%. And then the final thing to determine the lease price is the actual price of the vehicle, and if there's any rebates on the vehicle as well. So you put all these factors together, the term of the lease, the residual, the miles per year that you're going to be leasing the vehicle for, the money factor, the interest rate, and the price of the vehicle, and that's what you need to know about leasing.